The New Jersey governor's race is drawing national attention, capturing the interest of political analysts and voters across the country, with Republican Jack Ciattarelli facing Democrat Mikie Sherrill to succeed Governor Phil Murphy. This high-stakes battle is shaping up to be one of the most closely watched elections in recent memory. This contest is more than a local election. It's a test of the political climate ahead of the 2026 midterms. The outcome could signal broader national trends and influence future political strategies. Ciattarelli, making his third run, narrowly lost in 2021, and now campaigns on fiscal responsibility and business-friendly policies. He aims to appeal to moderate voters and those dissatisfied with the current administration. Sherrill, a Navy veteran and former prosecutor, emphasizes reproductive rights, infrastructure, and continuing Murphy's progressive agenda. Her campaign focuses on social justice and economic equality, aiming to energize the Democratic base. Both candidates are mobilizing supporters and sharpening attacks as the state's political divisions mirror national tensions. The intensity of the campaign reflects the high stakes involved. The race is tight, with New Jersey's usual Democratic lean facing a strong Republican challenge. Polls show a neck-and-neck competition, making every vote crucial. Every debate and statement is under intense scrutiny, reflecting the broader cultural and political rifts in America. The candidates' performances in these debates could sway undecided voters. The outcome will offer a glimpse into voter sentiment and the direction of national politics. Analysts are closely watching for any shifts in voter behavior. As November approaches, the stakes and the rhetoric are only rising. The final weeks will be critical as both sides make their final push to sway voters. The campaign exploded during a televised debate when Mikie Sherrill accused Jack Ciattarelli of profiting from the opioid crisis. Sherrill alleged Ciattarelli's business dealings with pharmaceutical companies helped spread misinformation about opioid safety, and even claimed he developed an app that made access to opioids easier. Ciattarelli, visibly stunned, called the accusation a lie and political desperation. The debate's focus shifted from policy to personal responsibility, dominating headlines and electrifying the race. The claim, linking a candidate to thousands of opioid deaths, became the campaign's central conflict. The fallout set the stage for a bitter legal and political battle. At the heart of Sherrill's attack is Ciattarelli's past as owner of Galen Publishing, a medical content company. Critics say his firm published sponsored content that downplayed opioid risks, fueling the epidemic. Sherrill's campaign frames this as profit over public health, tying his financial success to the crisis. Ciattarelli's team counters that he was a publisher, not a drug maker, and that his work was legal and standard for the industry. The claim about developing an opioid access app remains unsubstantiated but adds to the controversy. The debate now centers on whether his business role makes him culpable for the epidemic's toll. In a dramatic escalation, Ciattarelli's campaign announced plans to sue Sherrill for defamation, shifting the conflict from the campaign trail to the courtroom. This legal maneuver signals a new phase in the rivalry, where political disagreements are now being fought through legal channels as well as in the public eye. Ciattarelli's team insists that Sherrill's accusations are not just harsh criticism, but malicious and reckless, claiming they cross the line into outright slander. They argue that such statements threaten not only their candidate's reputation, but also the integrity of the entire campaign process. Meanwhile, Sherrill's camp stands their ground, dismissing the lawsuit as a calculated attempt to intimidate and silence those who demand accountability. They double down on their moral argument, insisting that raising tough questions is essential for a healthy democracy. Both sides now frame the dispute as a battle for truth. One side, fighting to protect personal reputation, the other, claiming to champion public responsibility and transparency. The stakes have never felt higher. The threat of legal action has only fueled the campaign's intensity, drawing even more media scrutiny and public attention to the unfolding drama. When pressed for concrete evidence, Sherrill points to what they describe as Ciattarelli's ongoing lack of transparency, ensuring that the controversy remains front and center in the news cycle. As the election approaches, the race has become a heated referendum on personal responsibility, political tactics, and the boundaries of campaign warfare. The New Jersey race has become a national bellwether, offering a window into the polarized, high-stakes nature of American politics today. What happens here is being watched closely across the country, as both parties see this contest as a preview of what's to come in future elections. The use of the opioid crisis as a campaign weapon highlights just how far candidates are willing to go to secure victory. Personal attacks and negative ads have taken center stage, often overshadowing meaningful policy debates and the real issues facing voters. Now, voters are left to decide for themselves: is Ciattarelli truly responsible for his company's role in the opioid epidemic, or is he simply the target of a desperate smear campaign? The answer isn't always clear, and the stakes feel deeply personal for many. The outcome of this race will reveal much about public attitudes toward corporate accountability, campaign ethics, and the boundaries of political discourse. It's a test of how much negativity and mudslinging voters are willing to tolerate in the pursuit of power. With the governor's office holding real power over public health, the economy, and the direction of the stakes are enormous, not just for New Jersey, but for the entire nation watching. This election is about more than just who wins or loses. It's about what kind of politics Americans are willing to accept, and what values they want to see reflected in their leaders. As November nears, New Jersey's choice will echo far beyond its borders, shaping the national conversation and setting the tone for elections to come.